Yes, yes, you made it to the next and final case study video in the director cut series for the Michael Cheney seven-figure franchise promotion brand that netted me over $100,000. In this case study video, what I'm going to do is I'm going over the bridge pages and the video sales letters, or VSLs as we like to call them, that I've used in this promotion to pre-frame and indoctrinate the visitors and the viewers to into a purchase, into a commitment. Now, the secrets I'm going to share with you in this training video are going to be very, very advanced. Now, what I mean by that is these persuasion skills are the skills I acquired over the years. This is not something, I could use in my first 2 months of marketing. Not because they are hard to implement, but simply because I did not know what is going on. In fact, when other marketers use these techniques to get me to buy stuff from them, good stuff. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm saying it's a good thing, and that you have to actually use these techniques to get people to buy from you, especially today when the marketplace is full of options and full of opportunities. Um, I really wish I knew all this stuff when I was getting started, which is why, if you are just getting started, if you're in your first year of online money making journey, then I just want to say that I'm really happy for you, because as you watch this case study and you take notes, you will recognize how powerful these secrets are, yet how simple and elegant these secrets are at the same time. Now, just to remind you, there were only 3 bridge pages that I've built for this entire campaign. And if you never built bridge pages, I recognize that it may sound a little bit like a lot of work, like, oh my God, 3 bridge pages, but think about it this way. All the pages are following the exact same structure, which I'm going to show you right now. And then the video sales letters are simply me talking to a camera in a particular sequence, in a particular structure that I'm also giving you, so you can see how it's done, so you can see and recognize how easy it is, how you can take the exact same approach and promote any program, product, service, software, coaching, pretty much anything you want. Now, before I tell you exactly what these video sales letters are, and before I show you the structure to the bridge pages, I also would like to remind you that because you have invested with me, you also have the rights to completely steal all the sales copy, all the scripting, and even the template of the page itself. So this is actually one of the bonuses that you get. You get to copy the entire thing if you wanted to, and you can either adapt it to promoting something else, or you can go ahead and promote Michael Cheney's program. For that, of course, you need to be a member of Michael Cheney's seven-figure franchise. So with that said, again, to remind you, these techniques are very simple yet elegant and highly effective. Two, you actually have the rights to steal this sales copy, you have the rights to copy me word for word if you wanted to. Although I don't recommend it necessarily, I highly recommend creating your own style of communication, your own, take on it. But if you feel comfortable copying me at first, and by all means do it. I'm also going to show you how I build out my bridge pages as far as their structure and what a normal effective bridge page needs to have, and how simple and elegant the bridge page is. And once I explain that to you, I'm simply going to walk you through all the video sales letters and explain to you why I say the things that I said that I say, why do I go over those things in that particular sequence, why do I repeat certain things and not others, and so on and so forth. This is going to be very exciting for you, because I'm going to completely demystify marketing in this case study. Seriously, what if you ever looked at other people and be like, wow, they're able to command an audience here, they're able to command strangers over the internet to buy things from them, and they make it seem so easy. Well, if you take notes with what I'm about to show you and implement what I'm about to teach you, you will be one of these people as well. So let's go ahead, dive in, and I'll see you in a second.
Yes, welcome back. I'm excited to show you how exactly I'm building my bridge pages, how exactly I'm structuring my VSLs, and exactly how you can copy all of this very, very quickly and very, very easily in order to make yourself a bunch of money promoting other people's products. So the first thing I want to do is I want to go through the very first bridge page that I've used in the sequence. And remember, I've only used 3 bridge pages throughout the entire 7-day promotion, which is, as far as I'm concerned, very little work if you're thinking about making $100,000. Write 40 emails, build 3 bridge pages, and attend 1 webinar, and then run another automated webinar, and bam, you're $100,000 richer. In a week, you've made more money than most people make in 2 years of hard work at their day jobs. So like I said, the trade-off is very, very, very attractive. There's very little work compared to how much money you actually get to keep and make. Now, the bridge page structure is very simple. I pretty much use the same structure for almost every single bridge page I do. In fact, in the last year, I think I've used this template exclusively, and it has served me really well. So I'm passing it on to you, and I'm also going to make sure you have the HTML file of this particular template available to you, as well as one more in a different color scheme, so you can use it in your business. Remember, you have the full rights to copy me completely. The first part of the bridge page is, of course, the headline. The headline is the most important one simply because it defines the angle, it defines the frame, and it determines whether or not the person is going to actually scroll down and read the rest. Same thing for the subhead. Its job is to get people to watch the video. Then we have the video. Then under the video, I like to put a little snippet that teases people about watching that video, kind of taking out something I said in the video and putting it out there. Then I have the timer and the fact, kind of reminding them that it's the scarcity here. There's scarcity, there's the webinar starts in a certain date and time, so you better be there. And I specifically disabled the timer over here simply because if I didn't, the page would keep redirecting to a sorry, you missed out page at this point. Now, the way I use timers, by the way, is very simple. I use a program, it's called websitecountdown.com. It's a very simple piece of software. It's a one-time purchase, and it allows you to create all kinds of different timers, and very easy to use. And all you have to do at the end of it is just install a JavaScript code into your page, which is, again, very, very simple. Another program you can use for timers is Deadline Funnel. And Deadline Funnel is a little bit more advanced. Well, actually, it's a lot more advanced. And its primary benefit is that you can sync it throughout your entire funnel. You can actually sync it with your emails, not just with your pages. So definitely consider using Deadline Funnel if you take scarcity seriously, which you, my friend, should. Next on this bridge page, I have Michael Chaney's bio box. And the reason I'm doing that is because when I promote programs and products, I always devote the time to, quote unquote, sell the creator, the founder, or the vendor. The reason it's important is because people buy from other people. People buy from other people who are they in rapport with. And I really want my audience come in warm to that webinar, liking Michael Chaney even before they met him, in order to guarantee that they're actually going to listen to what Michael has to say. So this bio box is really, really important, especially if you're inviting people to a webinar. Then we got a call to action button, and we're going to be chatting about how important calls to action are, and how much time you have to devote to making as many calls to action as possible, because people require you to actually say it several times. Go take action, do this, go here, click here, buy this, enter your details here, and so on. Then we have the scarcity box. If you if you notice, I am big on scarcity, and the reason is you have to remind people. People either forget or ignore or are unaware. So you have to really, really drive it home that, look, no replay. There's not going to be any replay here. It's happening one time. You either attend live and get this information live, or you don't attend and don't get this information at all. So that's pretty much the structure of the bridge page. You'll see that other bridge pages follow almost exactly the same structure. And this is the footer of our website, which is the same one I use on all of my sites, with links to refund cancellation policy and the link to my podcast, the List Building Lifestyle Show. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to explain to you why I chose this particular frame. The reason I chose this particular frame is because I believe that everyone who's ever tried to make money online is always after one thing, and that is the six-figure lifestyle, and that is working from anywhere in the world, being able to afford the things they want, and to be free, to not have to answer to a boss, not have to commute to work, to not have to wake up to an alarm clock. And so knowing that one of my market's deepest desires is this freedom, I can then go ahead and figure out a really powerful frame where I say, look, all these other gurus that are selling you the laptop lifestyle are full of shit, because they are not living the laptop lifestyle. They're hustlers. They hustle 24/7. They're like the Grant Cardones of this world, who never sleep, who work 24/7, who work until the day they die. And there's nothing wrong with that in particular, but look, if you're selling the laptop lifestyle, you better be preaching it, and if you're preaching it, you better be living it too. And so I would like to introduce you to my friend Michael Cheney, who actually lives this lifestyle because of his amazing system. And so that is pretty much the big picture of this particular VSL. And then I invite them to go and attend the free training that Michael is conducting. So let us go ahead then and play this video bit by bit. And every time I'll play it, I'll then pause it, and I will explain to you what I'm doing here. So let's go.
Hi, this is Igor. If you've been in internet marketing for long enough to know what it is, but not enough to actually make some money and get some results, chances are you're still here because you're chasing the lifestyle.
So what I've done here in the first 12 seconds, I immediately qualified my prospect. I immediately identified who is this for by saying, look, if you're this kind of person, okay, then pay attention. And this is important because the moment your prospect recognizes that what they're watching, reading, or seeing, or hearing has been specifically created for people like them, that is the moment when they give you their undivided attention.
If you've been in it for long enough and if you've been observant, you've probably noticed that anyone who makes a lot of money online and claims to have that lifestyle doesn't really live it. Sure, they got expensive toys and they have big houses and they, talk on stage and they are like big experts and gurus and everything. But chances are your favorite guru of the day is not living, quote unquote, the laptop lifestyle because they're so busy grinding that, they just don't have time to breathe and spend time with their family. Now,
So what I do in the next 30 seconds is I simply play on what my market already knows and believes, and that is I play on this suspicion feeling that whoever is teaching them how to live the laptop lifestyle is not actually living the laptop lifestyle and is not telling them all the truth. Now, this is very powerful because if you are suspicious of something and a stranger comes in and confirms your suspicion, you immediately want to be friends with that stranger because they confirm what you feel is true, unlike other people who try to deny what you feel is true. And there's no more powerful feeling for a human being than to basically have their suspicions confirmed. Like, it is very hard for us to embrace other people's opinions. And if you ever had an argument with anyone about anything, you know how hard it is to get people to change their mind. So the reason people cling to their own beliefs so badly is because it's just easier to go through life and make sense of this world when we stick to one particular belief about one particular thing. And that means that if my prospects walk around and kind of float around the internet believing that the truth is not being told to them, and I step out and I confirm that, guess what happens? I immediately become an ally in their world and they keep listening to me. So in the first 44 seconds, I've already established so much rapport with my list that I control the frame, and whatever I do next is almost irrelevant because the frame is so powerful. It allows me to market pretty much anything. It doesn't matter if I was marketing Michael Cheney's program or someone else's. At this point, because the frame is so powerful, I have the control over their attention and belief system for a brief period of time. Now, recognize how powerful this stuff is. Okay, recognize how incredibly powerful you become as the moment you understand these little tiny principles of influence. And I also would like to urge you to never ever ever use these powerful tactics for the wrong reasons. I am really hopeful, and I know, and I cannot guarantee this, but I'm really hopeful that whatever you're offering to your subscribers, to your leads, to your tribe, is actually gonna improve their life, because I do believe that Michael Cheney's program improves my customers' lives, because it is a great program, great value for money, converts really well, and made me a lot of money. So I then feel really well promoting it to other people. Therefore, again, to be effective at this, make sure you market something that's useful, something that's good for them, and make sure you use these tactics to influence them for good and not for bad. So let's go ahead and continue.
This is interesting because while everyone who sells the lifestyle to you tries to appear as if they have it, they don't, and they get you into this business under the same premise that you can have it. But the reality is the business models they're teaching are simply not capable to deliver. So if you follow someone who's grinding and grinding and grinding, but yet they're claiming that they live the lifestyle, chances are the only shot you have at actually making money is if you grind yourself.
So what I've done here is I further explained how the day-to-day reality of their life and their business is now acting a certain way, which confirms their suspicion because they're probably not making money right now. In addition to that, I described how if they keep following the advice from other people, they will end up in a place where they don't want to be, which means that they could end up making money, but they will have to grind, grind, grind. And the reason I'm saying I'm using this word is because this word implies really hard work. And I also mentioned this word 3 times for emphasis, right? I don't say just you'll end up grinding. I'll say you grind, grind, grind. And I say it really, really powerfully in order for this one particular word to land in their brain, because I know that my customers do not want to grind, right? I know they don't want to work. So I will now kind of steer up that pot and make them recognize that, hey, maybe I should be paying closer attention here, because I don't want to have this business if I have to grind just as hard as I grind in my day job right now.
So does this mean that the laptop lifestyle doesn't exist? No, not at all. The laptop lifestyle does exist. And there's one person who I know who does it better than anyone else. He's making 6 figures.
So see what I've done here very, very elegantly. I asked a question and then I answer this question for them. Now, this is a very powerful technique which you can easily use in any type of your marketing. For example, if I'm selling a fitness device, right? And I have a prospect getting my presentation, or I'm just talking to them about it, and what I can do is I can say, so you're probably wondering, how is this different from all the other fitness devices you've bought in the past that are just dusting at your home? Right now, they're not really asking that. But if I state the question out loud, their brain immediately asks the question, because the brain cannot resist it. The brain can never ignore a question. Therefore, by voicing a question, you dictate what they think about. And that is why I'm saying, does this mean that you're now forever doomed to grind and to not have what you want? Of course not, I say. And I answer this question for them and I say, look, there is a way for you to get what you want. And because of that, I want you to meet someone.
And he's pretty much working about 10 hours a week. He works 5 days a week, 2 hours per day, and he spends the rest of the day either with his wife and 2 children or cycling, which is his hobby. I'm talking about my friend.
So what I've done here before introducing Michael Cheney, I briefly built him up in the eyes of my prospect. So what I've done is I positioned him as that person who lives the lifestyle that my prospect really wants, and only then I proceed to tell them who Michael is.
Friend Michael Cheney. And I'd like to invite you to a free webinar he's conducting in order for you to discover how you can live the same lifestyle as he does. In fact, he's got the exact blueprint and a system that allows you to do that. He's got the exact system that allows you to live the laptop lifestyle right from the get-go, making several $1,000s per day in your spare time because of the way he discovered you could build your business and even outsource it completely. In other words,
So what I've done here is I went deeper into the benefits and I explained that Michael not only lives the laptop lifestyle but also has a system where he does it, and it's all systematic and it's duplicatable. And now I invite them to a free training where Michael is going to explain his system to them. And so by this point in time, most people that are watching this video should have already scrolled down below, found the button, and went on to register for the webinar, which most of them did. But I can never assume, and you should never assume or underestimate the difficulty of the task of getting someone to take action, even if they're interested in what you're selling and in what you're marketing, even if they're stage 3 cancer patient and you have cure for cancer, you still must make several calls to action. In fact, you must make at least 3 calls to action before you can let them go. So what I'm doing from this point forward in the VSL is I'm quite literally going over it again and again and coming at it from different angles. But the core message, I've already delivered the core message, and I'm making the first call to action, telling them to go and check out this free training. Now, again, notice I'm playing this on a 1.25 the speed just so we can go through this faster, because I don't want to drag it out too much. What I want to focus on is giving you the nuggets, the actual nuggets that you can write down and implement in your business starting right away.
If you're someone who wants to live the same life that Michael lives, working 10 hours a week, spending a lot of time with your family, investing a lot of time and money into your hobbies, perhaps traveling, then you absolutely want to attend this webinar. This is true especially for people who are still at that place where they're really confused. They got a lot of information hitting them from lots of different directions. It's very confusing, hard to consume, and they're now at a point where the overwhelm has gotten so great that they can't make any decisions, and all they do is just consume, consume, consume. If you want to
Now, notice what I've done here. I keep on further qualifying who is this for. I keep on saying how this is for you if you're that sort of person, that sort of person. This is especially great for people who are going through this challenge and that challenge. And that's how you really easily qualify your prospects. You either talk about the problems they're experiencing right now and position your program, webinar, product, system as means to solve that problem, or you talk about their deepest and darkest desires and position your webinar, training, system, etc., as something that gets them that particular outcome that they're looking for. So that's really two ways to qualify them, again, with the fear or the challenges, the problems, or with the desired outcome. Really two positive and negative way. There's some people who respond better to the positive. Most people respond better to the negative, which is why you hear me talk about their problems a lot. And that is a very easy way to qualify people. Not to mention that at any given moment and for any given market, there's always a good dozen problems you can be talking about in your videos. So you can never run out of things to say. There's a great saying that says, a great marketing saying that goes something like this: "Don't talk to me about your weed whacker. Talk to me about my crabgrass," which is basically a fancy way to say, don't tell me about the solution. Don't talk to me about the solution. Tell me about my problems. I want to understand that you understand what I'm going through. That is the moment when that connection is rock solid. Like if somebody literally just knocks on my door right now and says, are you Igor? Are you someone who works online and who has an online business and who runs into this issue where you can't find, you can't find this easy way to connect all these systems and software you're using right now in your business to create one wholesome system, and you probably ended up spending $150,000 to develop this very intricate software that is still unlaunched and that's still a work in progress, and you already wasted a lot of time and a lot of money, and you're still working on it, and your business is still not as optimized as it could be. Is that you? Does that sound like someone like you? And I'd be nodding my head really hard by that time. He'd be like, okay, I got just a thing for you. Do you have 2 minutes to listen to me? And that's it. You don't really need to do much. Like, tell me about exactly what my problem is, and you got my attention. Same thing with your market. Can you tell your market exactly what their problems are on day-to-day basis? If you can't, you have to go back to a drawing board and interview more people and talk to more people and see what their problems are and find out that information, because without it, you cannot be an effective marketer.
to get out of that pattern, if you want to get into a position when you can finally have a business and start seeing income coming in without slaving away, without trading your hours for dollars, without having to sell your soul, right, to your job or to your business, then you absolutely want to attend this webinar. The link below, okay, it's free to attend for my customers only, and I am really, really excited to see how you can transform your business once you learn what Michael shows you on the training.
So what I'm doing here at the end, I'm making a final call to action, and I'm saying, look, I'm excited for you. You got to click below to register. Go ahead. It's an exclusive training from my friends by Michael, and I'm excited to see how your business transforms once you attend this training. So again, appealing to the ideal outcome of instant transformation that is so powerful in our marketplace. So that pretty much concludes this particular bridge page. As you can see, it's not rocket science. They're very clear and very easy to understand elements. And the reason this video is so powerful is not because it's complicated, because it's really not. What it is just a bunch of these tools, a bunch of these Lego blocks put together in a certain sequence. And that's pretty much it. That's what VSLs and sales letters really are. So let's go ahead and move to the next bridge page, which is the bridge page we send people to when they have attended the webinar, or basically this is the page that I sent out the day after, remember? So in the morning of the day after the webinar, I sent out this bridge page in an email. And what this, as you can see again, it's the same structure, starts with a headline and a subhead. There's a video, and then an invitation to the Anchor presentation with a specific date and time that it's taking place, and a call to action, and once again, a box that says, hey, this is not going to be, there's not going to be any replays. This is a live event, last time, register here. So the premise of this video is very simple. It's to thank the people who attended and to say to people who didn't attend that we had a blast, that lives were changed, and that we're conducting another webinar because people are asking me to. This is very important. It's a very important strategic part of the whole pitch. Because there's anytime you will conduct a webinar, you will always have people who don't show up, who can't show up, who are stuck at work, who couldn't do it because the day wasn't right. So you give them a second chance. And it cannot come from a position of, hey, we're doing another webinar because the first webinar made us a bunch of money, so we're doing another one to make more money. No, it always has to come from a reluctant position, basically saying, look, we're doing this almost as a favor because a lot of people have requested we do this. So let's go ahead and break down this video so you can see how and why it's so powerful.
Hey, this is Igor, and on this beautiful early Toronto morning, I just wanted to say thank you. Thank you if you attended last night's webinar with Michael Cheney. I actually got my daughter here who wants to say hi as well.
Now, as you can see, I start with a big thanks, and you can hear the TV in the background because I was literally spontaneously shooting this video in the morning before I took my daughter to kindergarten, and my wife was away at the gym at the time, so no one could take care of her but me. And I did not intend to quote unquote pimp my daughter in this video, but it all turned out really, really well because she saw me shooting the video and she loves the camera. She's not camera shy at all, so she ran up to me and she pulled on my leg. And so I picked her up and I decided to improvise.
Well, my daughter Erica.
Hi.
She's just learning English, just starting out. We've been here for 2 months. She's already making great progress. And anyway, last night we conducted the webinar with Michael Cheney where we showed you his $4,000 a day super funnel. Now, the purpose of this video is twofold. First off, to simply say thanks.
Right, so here's what I've done. I improvised and I briefly introduced my daughter. Usually that's a good thing if you can pimp out your kids. Actually, it's an actual strategy. Some marketers do that. I try not to do that too much, but I am proud of my daughter. And I am very much proud of my family. So anytime I can incorporate my family into my pitch, into my lifestyle, into my promotions, I usually do that because I just take pride in my ability to say, hey, look at me. I'm a family man. I make a shit ton of money. I live the kind of life that I want to live. I can afford the things I want, and I'm there for my girls. I'm right there. And For me, that is very, very powerful. I am very, very proud of that, and that's why I never hesitate to pimp out my family in my videos. But then I proceeded to say how I thank everyone who attended the webinar, how awesome it was, and now I'm going to basically give them a reason why I'm shooting this video and why we're conducting the encore.
Thank you for attending the webinar. Thank you for registering. Thank you for making the time and showing up to learn. Okay, now the other reason that I'm shooting this video is because I got a ton of emails. I actually woke up today, and that's why I'm shooting this video so early in the morning before I'm taking Erica to school, basically asking me, Igor, where can I get the recording? Now, as I mentioned when I was mailing out for this webinar,
See what I've done here again? Once again used the question technique where I said I had a bunch of people email me and saying, where can I get the recording? Now, this is incidentally true, and I had a bunch of people email me about the recording, about Anchor, about a link to the presentation because they missed it. So by simply voicing the questions that other people asked me, I was able to get into the prospect's brain and have them ask the same question, where can I get the Anchor? Now, incidentally, you don't have to, like the question you're asking can be just a random question, doesn't even have to be true. In other words, if I come in and I say, I had a bunch of people email me asking this question, it doesn't really matter whether a bunch of people emailed me about it or not. I'm just asking the question, and that alone is enough to engage the prospect's brain and get their attention. And the more you can incorporate questions into your pitch, into your marketing, to your VSLs, then the better. And you can always use questions to even flip the frame completely and use it to your advantage when you're in an uncomfortable position. For example, I was just attending a seminar by Marshall Silver. He's a hypnotist, and he's a very skilled public speaker. And so he was inviting people to join his $50,000 mastermind. And one of the members stood up, and apparently they were of high net worth, and they were like, so you claim to be helping people, by joining your mastermind for $50,000, and that's cool. But do you consult any billionaires? Like, do you consult any people the caliber of Mark Zuckerberg or Steve Jobs or any of those guys? Like, you talk about them, but do you consult them? So basically, the guy wanted to put Marshall down by saying, hey, you say you're a big shot, but how come the billionaires don't pay you for your advice? Now, of course, the question in itself is a really bad question because it doesn't really help the guy asking it, and it doesn't really help Marshall either. And what it really says about the dude is that he wants to invest with Marshall, but he's really afraid to do it. So he's looking for a way out by justifying that, hey, you shouldn't pay him 50 grand because he doesn't consult billionaires. And so what Marshall done was really, really brilliant. He actually asked the question back. He said, look, if you're asking me whether or not my advice is beneficial to other billionaires, then the answer is yes, it is. One of my friends is so and so, and I've done this and this for them. Now, this one particular person who's a billionaire, again, I don't know if they are a billionaire, is not Marshall's client. They are Marshall's associate, right? They didn't pay for his advice, but yes, Marshall came in and really doubled their sales because Marshall is really, really good. So by reframing the question by saying, okay, friend, if you're asking me blah blah blah, then the answer is blah blah blah. So instead of answering his question, he just asked questions to himself and answered himself as well, creating a complete reframe. So the question technique is one of the most powerful ones you can be using to gain people's attention and to lead their mind and their awareness to where you want it to go.
There is no recording. We never recorded. But considering the amount of requests I received, I've spoken to Michael earlier on Facebook because he's ahead of me in time. He's in London or Wales or something. So he's like already awake by the time I'm awake. And I asked him to conduct an encore presentation. We can deliver this content again. So if you missed for any reason.
So see what I've done here? What I've done is I'm saying that I spoke to Michael. I told him we got a bunch of requests, and I got him to conduct an encore presentation. So it is another way of saying, hey, I hear you, I hear your requests, and I am doing what you're asking me to, and I'm working for you. I'm doing you this big favor, and we're conducting it again.
the webinar we conducted last night. Okay, you can go ahead and register for tomorrow's Anchor presentation. It's happening tomorrow, as of the moment of me recording this video. It's basically happening on Friday, okay, 8 p.m. EST, where Michael and I are gonna again show you his.
Notice that I'm saying exactly the date and the time in the video, in spite of it being said right here on the page at the bottom. You can never underestimate people's. Oh, I'm just looking at Erica's face here. So you can never underestimate people's inability to remember dates and times and details. So you want to, whatever is important, you want to mention it like 5, 7, 10 times, as many times as you possibly can, because there's always going to be 1 or 2 people that miss it.
$200 an hour. I think it's an hour. I think it's $199.48 an hour funnel, where that thing actually makes that kind of money every hour, every day for the past year. So if you want to find out what it is and also how to copy it for yourself, then go ahead and register for the Anchor presentation.
Now, at this point, what I've done, I went over the benefit of what they're going to discover by attending the webinar. I'm saying you're going to discover his, super funnel that's making him $200 per hour. And, I got tired of holding Erica. My arms started falling asleep. So I brought her down and I sent her off. And at this point, now I'm just going to keep on hammering how we're not recording this, how this is the last chance, and how you have to attend it if you still haven't.
Now, it's very important that you recognize the following fact. There's not going to be a recording or any second chances beyond this point. Okay, the GoToWebinar room will only hold 200 people at a time. Okay, and we did max it out last night, but I thought that we were able to deliver it to everyone who wanted to know. But apparently not. So if you do want to find out how the hell does Michael make that kind of money? Also, if you're someone who's been trying to make money in life for a long time, and
notice that I again shift to qualifying people. I always qualify people in my videos. I always want to answer the question, who is this for? So the person watching has no doubts whatsoever that they have to be on this call. So I quickly, maybe even unconsciously, shift to saying things like, if you're someone like, if you're someone who is, if you're someone who would like to, like, these are the statements that usually you'll hear me say that come before, that basically I say when I want to qualify the right type of person for that particular program or product.
And you really don't have any more patience or time to keep trying and trying and trying, like going through lots of trial and error all the time. If you run out of money, if you're running just out of, like, if this is literally your last shot at trying to make money from home.
Now, the reason I'm saying the words, if this is your last shot at trying to work from home, is because a lot of people tell me that. A lot of people come to me with, the request of throwing them a life raft and saying, look, this is my last shot. This is my last, I'm playing with the last set of money in my hands. I don't have any more time. Like, this is the last time I'm trying this out before I quit if I don't succeed, etc. So I decided to appeal to that sense as well, and to appeal to the people that haven't been able to find a solution for a long, long time, because I truly believe that Michael's program can become that solution for them.
And I highly recommend you be on that webinar and you see what Michael has to show you, because it is truly incredible. I've spoken about Michael before, and I've been honest about the fact that I'm working with him because he's, when it comes to marketing, when it comes to internet marketing, especially in the make money online space, Michael knows exactly what he's doing, and he's probably one of the better funnel builders out there. So when he shows you a funnel, you know it converts, you know it's the real deal. So if you want to find out, make sure you're on tomorrow's Encore presentation, 8 p.m. So it's Friday, 8 p.m. Be there.
Right. So what I keep doing is I keep hammering the benefit. I keep hammering how Michael is amazing, how you want to learn from this guy. I keep hammering home everything that I feel is important about this call when it comes to benefit-oriented talk. And notice also that I'm always looking into the camera. There's always eye contact. And if my eyes do kind of turn away, then they either go down or to the sides, never go up into the side. Because when your eyes go up into the side, it means you're making shit up. But if you're looking down, then you're thinking. So make sure whenever you're shooting videos where you're sitting in front of a camera, you're always looking directly into the camera. And if you need to look away, look either down or to the side, but never up into the side. It's really, really important, because people do look into your eyes and they want to know you're sincere. And one of the ways to prove that is to quite simply maintain eye contact. So you always want to look into the camera. Okay, and so the rest of this page is very simple. There's a call to action and a button where people can click and go to that next page. So this takes us to the final bridge page, which is basically the bridge page where I offer the bonus. Now on this page, as you can see, again, headline, subhead. There used to be, by the way, anytime you're seeing these words countdown timer here, it means there was a timer. So every time I do shoot a bridge page, I usually try to create scarcity as I explain in the overview for this entire campaign. So this page is no different. There was a timer here. I think it was a 5-day timer above the video, just so everyone understands that this is a limited time offer because scarcity is very, very important. Then below the video, I have 7 reasons why I joined Michael Cheney's 7-figure franchise and what I recommend. So I would like you to go over these bullet points and see how I choose to frame the reasons. It's basically 7 reasons why anyone should join Michael Cheney's program, but I position it as the 7 reasons why I joined. And below that, I also have the 3 bonuses I'm giving them. And of course, I know this is my crowd. They know what I'm about, so I don't have to explain too much about what the bonuses are. But briefly, I do tell them what the bonuses are. And then, again, I always pinpoint back to the franchise to just go and buy the franchise. Just go and buy the franchise. There's always a link to go and buy the franchise. So let's go ahead and dive into the video, and let me help you understand how am I introducing my bonuses and how I am urging people to take action.
Thanks for checking out Michael Cheney's 7-figure franchise and taking interest in the bonuses that I'm giving to people who would like to join under my link.
So in the first 10 seconds, I simply thank them for checking out Michael Cheney's 7-figure franchise, because until now, if they've been on my list and they got like 40 emails about it, you know, they probably checked it out. So just thank them for their time. And also, you know, thank them for checking out the bonuses, because this page is all about the bonuses, and the call to action that I make to put people to this page is always about go check out the bonuses, go check out why I joined the 7-figure franchise.
Now, below on this page, you'll find the 7 reasons why I decided to join and support Michael Cheney, why I became a part of the 7-figure franchise. I'll list them below in the little box so you can check those out. You can have them in front of you and you can see why I am putting my name on the line and I'm putting my resources on the line, and I'm basically taking this as my own, and I'm recommending for you to join. And for anyone who's looking for a badass offer to promote with solo ads for something that is finally going to click for them.
Right, so what I've done here is, again, I go over the same thing I've already said in the video, and that is discover why I support Michael Cheney, discover why I promote 7-figure franchise even though I don't promote anyone else, discover why I am putting my own resources on the line to invite you and to make it easier for you to join Michael Cheney's program, discover why. So by asking this question, by not even asking, but just saying the words why, I quite literally engage the brain and make their brain wonder, I wonder why, let's see why. And it's really, really powerful. Anytime you can incorporate question words such as what, when, why, who, when into your presentation, you will always get a better response than presentations that don't have any questions in them at all.
Besides that, the 3 bonuses that I promised, okay, real quick. First,
now then I just go into the detail about what the bonuses are specifically to this offer.
Off 200 clicks. 200 clicks is a $357 value right there, okay, and you get them for free. You send your receipt to us to support@igorsolitz.com, and we'll pencil you in for 200 clicks from a new traffic source. Real easy, real solid. In addition, you'll get 1 month free membership in the Igor's VIP Club, which is a $497 per month membership, but excluding the 300 click bonus that our usual members get. What's important for you to know is that if you're not a VIP member right now, okay, this is just an opportunity for you to test it out, to take the strategy, to see for yourself, and maybe you'll want to stay a member. If you're already a member of the VIP Club, then instead of just giving you the same thing, instead I'm giving you 1 extra coaching call with me for free, for you to claim anytime within the next 6 months, regardless of whether or not, okay, you will remain an active member by then. So what
I've done until now is I described 2 bonuses and explained their value. Now, another thing that's really going on for me here in this video is that my clicks are in and of themselves are valuable to my potential customers. So when I say I'm going to give you 200 clicks, they know it's valuable stuff. 200 clicks are usually sold for $357. Unless there's a special offer going on. So that in and of itself has a $357 perceived value. Now, the challenge, of course, is that there is hard cost coming out of my pocket when I promote it. So my net profit wasn't exactly $101,000. It was a little bit less because there was hard cost associated with delivering the traffic. But I didn't mind that because I still got paid lavishly for this promotion. Another thing is the VIP club. Another thing that people perceive as valuable if they've been working with me, because it's a $500 per month membership, and I was giving 1 month free for anyone who joins. Once again, the bonuses were really, really valuable, and I was giving away 3 of them. Now, let's find out what was the third bonus.
What this means is that if you're not a member right now, you get 1 month for free. And if you are a member, you get 1 extra coaching call with me for free, up to you to claim that within the next 6 months. And last but not least, one of the things that Michael shares and teaches in the 7-figure franchise is how you get free traffic from Facebook by posting in a certain way. Now, I recognize that this strategy is going to be challenging to most people because they need to write copy to implement it, which is why I'm giving you 30 email swipes, which you can use as your copy on Facebook to use the strategy to get the traffic for free, as Michael teaches in the program, if you happen to be lazy or busy, okay, or you just don't like writing copy. So that's yours as well, and that's $297 value. All in all, that's...
So what I'm doing here is I'm saying, look, Michael is giving you this in the program, and there is a challenge with that. You need to write copy. And if you can't, here is a bonus that I'm giving you, $300 value, that basically means you can skip the writing, which I know a lot of my customers really, really hate. So what this shows is that I'm not only marketing the program, but also went through the program. I've seen how the program is not perfect, and then I give them a bonus that makes it perfect for them. So again, really, really powerful stuff, because it not only gives them a reason to act, gives them more value, but it also improves the overall experience with the program itself. So this, I mean, think about it this way. If you were buying a Mercedes S-Class through my affiliate link, what I would do is I would try and offer you a bonus package, the AMG mats and outside, body styling, for example, right? So I say, look, you get the S-Class through this link from this dealership, and I'm going to have them give you a bonus of this additional stuff that's worth $10,000. Obviously, it makes a lot of sense to buy, especially if that offer is very limited, and also especially if you already won the product too, right? Because when it comes to bonuses, what needs to happen is that if your bonuses are really, really valuable on their own, sometimes people will get the product just to get the bonuses. But in many cases, they should at least won that program or product by 50%, right? So on a scale of 0 to 10, for example, they want to be a 5, and then your bonus starts pushing them towards the purchase, simply because the bonus is very, very valuable, and it makes the entire purchase really, really smart.
Over $1,000 worth of value right there, as my way of saying thanks to you for joining Michael Cheney's 7-figure franchise under my link. Your next step is...
Then I just sum it up for them, explain how much value it is, and thank them. Just say, look, the reason I'm offering this bonus is to just encourage you to join, because it's a great program, and because it's my way of saying thank you for trusting me, because I recognize that by joining the program based on my recommendation, you're putting your trust in me and in Michael. So I'd like to thank you for that by, giving you all this extra stuff.
To scroll down below, find the link, go ahead, visit the sales page, check it out, see exactly what you're getting, and decide how you want to join, whether get the one option, the one pay option, or the 2 pay option.
Then I tell them exactly what to do. Scroll down, click the link, choose the option. Michael has 2 options, either 1 pay for $2,000 or 2 pay for $1,000 at a time. I say, look, scroll down, go buy it. Either choose this option or choose that option, then forward your receipt to us at support@igorsolidz.com to claim your bonus. So this is quite literally telling them exactly what you want them to do. Very simple stuff, very obvious, but very few people do it. So make sure you do it. Make sure you tell them exactly what you want them to do. Whether it is to visit the website, to pick up their phone and call a number, doesn't matter. Tell them exactly what you want them to do.
Either way is fine. You qualify for the bonus regardless. And in addition to that, a quick reminder, this is only available to you for the next...
Now, at this point of the VSL, I'm finalizing it, and I'm reminding them, look, this is an amazing offer, and it's not going to be available for long. In fact, there's a timer above or below this video, and it's going to last for this long, and that's about it. Okay, and so I quite literally drive that scarcity really, really hard, because nothing that is available to us tomorrow is valuable. We only want the things that are being taken away from us, and that is very important when you market things on the internet, where everything is so abundant. You must create value and then take it away. And that is a surefire secret, surefire method to get people not only interested, but to actually vote with their wallets for you.
Next 5 days, or for the 5 days since the moment you first visit the page where I announce that I endorse Michael Chaney's seven-figure franchise. Okay, so make sure you remember that and make sure that you do not miss out simply because you didn't spot that timer. And if you're not sure whether or not it's already expired, then I suggest you just scroll down below, get in, send your receipt over, and we'll figure out the details.
So again, I just drive home that scarcity. I tell them what I want them to do, and I keep on commanding them to take action now. I literally say, go get it, go buy it, don't miss it. You will beat yourself up later. Like, I literally just tell them what they need to do now. People need to be told. They're always asking not only for specific instructions on what to do, even if those instructions is really, really simple, but they're also asking for permission. And by giving them a call to action and telling them exactly what to do, you are giving them that unspoken permission as well. So that pretty much concludes the entire Director Cards breakdown of this campaign. I gave you all my ammo. Like, you can see how simple yet effective this is, and I'm hopeful to see you implement these simple secrets into your marketing and making a ton of money. So this is Igor. Thank you very much. Until next time we chat, have a good one.